Welcome to Selectory, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the 10 best Christmas movies on Netflix. It's that time of year. One of the best ways to get into the holiday spirit is by watching Christmas movies. The streaming company currently has a library of holiday films, and we've rounded up 10 of the best, with picks for all audiences and a variety of tastes. The right Christmas movie can make us feel warm and cozy, like wrapping up by the fire with a hot mug of cocoa on a winter's night. Here are 10 of our favorites to watch this season. Number 10, A Christmas Prince. A Christmas Prince, Netflix's response to the Hallmark Channel's popular holiday movies, is a perfect guilty pleasure movie. It's the perfect watch in the days leading up to Christmas, great for cuddling up to share with your loved ones while you wait for Santa. A Christmas Prince is a heartwarming romantic comedy that will have you laughing and tugging your heartstrings. The movie stars Rose McIver as a protagonist, who has a knack for getting to the bottom of all her stories. When she needs a story about Aldovia, she disguises herself as a regular reporter and gets the scoop on the country's Playboy prince. Set amidst the snow and winter, the holiday season is found in every scene. We witness Aldovia, a fictional place that has been conjured up for this movie, and yet we can't help but smile at just how vast it is. A Christmas Prince is the first of 3 in a trilogy, and we would love to see it continued. The cast deserves a bonus for the work they put into the film. They were off the charts entertaining and their chemistry was great. Either way, it's a fun movie to watch and sets the mood for your holiday film watching. Number 9, Let It Snow. A Christmas movie about a romantic comedy, loosely based on interconnected holiday novellas of authors, including John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. It follows an ensemble of small-town teens on the roller coaster of love. The movie hits all of the familiar beats of an American rom-com, but thanks to a genuinely likable cast, it's a film worth watching. If you're feeling a little bit of Christmas commercial overload, British TV director Luke Snellan has the perfect antidote. His show balances holiday spirit with a clever soundtrack that makes the season feel a little more special while avoiding overkill. Furthermore, he is an expert at framing scenes, which may seem like a small thing, but given some of the poorly directed Netflix originals of late, it makes a notable difference. At only 93 minutes, the film Let It Snow comes and goes before you know it. The memory of watching it will have melted away by the time Christmas comes around. But surprisingly, the movie put us in the holiday spirit more than we expected. If you're looking for a way to get into the Christmas spirit this year, Let It Snow is your movie. Number 8, The Princess Switch. The Princess Switch is a lot of fun. This Netflix original movie is a joyous, nonsensical adventure that begs to be watched as you delicately wrap a couple of presents. Afterward, you can gently doze off from a sugar high as you dream of snow days. You may not need to pay attention to the story in The Princess and the Pauper, but it will make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. The plot is rather formulaic, but you'll love this light-hearted story no matter how many times you hear it. Follow the formula. Stacy is a type A Chicago baker who loves following the rules, while Margaret is a free spirit who longs to escape the life of royalty for some normalcy. When their paths cross and they realize their uncanny resemblance to one another, it's not long before they decide to switch lives. The film is full of lush sets and beautiful scenery. There are grand ballrooms and snowball fights with cute children. There are mesmerizing piano duets and cuddling in cozy sweaters. There are warm beverages and wintry comfort, all framed by a gorgeous lens. Cheesy, over the top, and just what you need to have a little bit of fun this time of year. Number 7, A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. 6 years have elapsed since Kumar and Harold parted ways. They now have different families, friends, and lives. But Kumar can't stay away from Harold during the holidays. When he arrives on Harold's doorstep with a peculiar package in hand, he accidentally burns down Harold's father-in-law's beloved Christmas tree. In order to fix the problem, Harold and Kumar embark on a mission to find the perfect Christmas tree. But the trouble never ends as they stumble from one disaster to another. This film contains gags that span the gamut of inspired, bizarre, sublime, and nostalgic. Director Todd Strauss-Schulson keeps the jokes coming at a fast pace to sustain the 88-minute time frame. What makes this film work better than the previous sequel is that the relationships in the movie take priority over the cleverness of the gags. Cho and Penn have a comedic chemistry unmatched by their contemporaries. Somehow, they're always able to keep the film from slowing down into sentimentality, even when it's time for the final act. Cho and Penn balance out their material so that it is sweet but not saccharine. If you're looking for a good laugh, Harold and Kumar might do the trick. Number 6, The Holiday. The Holiday tells the story of 4 people who are dissatisfied with their lives until they encounter one fateful meeting changing each for the better. What Women Want director Nancy Meyers directs another light-hearted film, this time with a Christmas setting. The two main characters are fascinating and the story is very relatable. The dialogues feel new and the characters are given a lot of depth, making them quite believable. The protagonists take a break from their everyday lives and do something they never thought they would. You can tell they're having fun, and you feel glad you decided to go on this adventure with them. The music by Hans Zimmer is uplifting and refreshing, yet understated and controlled like a true master. It breathes fresh life into Nancy Meyers' story that is already warm and comforting. The movie doesn't dwell upon a specific holiday theme, but the season of joy provides a gentle and pleasant background for this sweet and enjoyable story. It's a feel-good film that's been made to spread cheer, and leaves you with a pleasant aftertaste. If you haven't seen this movie yet, it would be perfect for this time of year. Number 5, The Christmas Chronicles. A heartwarming holiday story about two kids who stow away in Santa's sleigh, accidentally ruin Christmas, and team up with Saint Nick to save the day. It's a perfect setup for a Christmas movie and it's well put together, but Kurt Russell is what brings The Christmas Chronicles to life, and makes it a potential minor holiday classic. Director Clay Kaytis makes his live-action debut in a thoroughly enjoyable holiday movie. The simple premise is forgivable in the Christmas genre, where familiarity is rewarded instead of condemned, and Kurt Russell elevates each scene with a sense of something vaguely magical. A good Christmas movie is not just a one-time viewing, it becomes an annual tradition. And The Christmas Chronicles, with its lighthearted humor, interesting take on the magic of Christmas, and excellent lead performance by Russell, is an easy candidate to become your family's holiday tradition. It's a heartwarming, classic Christmas film with a charming cast and a few imaginative scenes. It's not as magical as other holiday films, but it's good enough to watch every other Christmas for a pleasant change of pace. Number 4, Love Heart. Written by Daniel Mackey and Rebecca Ewing, Love Heart is an uplifting romantic comedy with a wholesome twist. The film follows Nina Dobrev, Darren Barnett, and Jimmy O. Yang on their journey to find love in the digital age. Directed by Hernan Jimenez and starring many different celebrities, this movie is a perfect way to kick off the holiday season. It's about a girl named Natalie, who is completely and disastrously unlucky in love. She always seems to end up with the wrong guy. When she's encouraged to try online dating, she meets Josh. It's not just that he's handsome, he's funny, and she's convinced that she's found the one after talking to him nonstop for hours. But when she showed up unannounced at his house in Lake Placid, New York, she realized that she had been catfished. Overall, there is enough of the holiday spirit to make Love Heart a great watch for Christmas fans. And if you don't like the holidays, you can still enjoy the romance and comedy. It's a fun Friday night movie, it's charming and heartwarming and an excellent commencement to the holiday rom-com season. Number 3, Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. A Christmas Journey is an excellent seasonal Netflix offering. It hinges on belief, in the ability of even the most familiar stories to offer a new lesson. Written and directed by David E. Talbert, the musical adventure opens with a grandmother telling her two grandchildren the story of Jeronicus Jangle, an inventor who has it all, a beautiful family, a successful shop filled with his mysterious inventions, and the love of the people around him. That is until his apprentice, Gustafson, betrays him and steals his most wonderful toy, the animatronic bullfighter named Don Juan Diego. Jeronicus is broken by Gustafson's betrayal, which causes him to become depressed, lose his spirit for invention, and grow estranged from his daughter. Decades later, Journey's equally ingenious granddaughter comes to visit Jeronicus, with the intention of reuniting him with her mother and restoring his faith. The film is packed with thrilling sequences, songs that are irresistible, and dance numbers that are nothing short of magical. Even though some parts are cliché, the intention behind the film is good, and its messages about fostering curiosity and community are worth hearing right now. Number 2, White Christmas. Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye are two of the most famous stars in cinematic history. They come together in this Christmas classic, which is a treat for all to enjoy. It's the early 1950s, and after fighting in World War II, Bob and Phil have reinvented themselves as entertainers. In an effort to find their way in life, they decide to follow two young girls who they met at a show. In doing so, they erroneously book a Christmas booking that puts them in a lodge owned by their former commander. The Major General is a good-natured and difficult-to-impress man. He has high expectations and will not tolerate any mistakes. They will need all their skills to impress the objects of desire, without making fools of themselves in front of the Major General. All of this is fairly conventional, but it's delivered with charm and verve that's curiously relaxed. It seems like the performers forgot they were on a film set and just had fun. White Christmas is a timeless Christmas movie that audiences keep coming back to year after year. The soundtrack is fantastic and there is a real feeling of romance in the air. Plus, it's one of the most beloved films in the holiday film canon. Sometimes the old ones are always best. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 1. Klaus. The Klaus story is an unexpected and enjoyable origin story for the big guy, who gives toys to children every Christmas Eve. The film, written by Zach Lewis and Jim Mahoney from an original story by Pablos, who also wrote the story for Despicable Me, opens in an unlikely location, Norway's Royal Postal Academy. There we meet Jesper, a pampered kid with less responsibility than his cadet title suggests. His rich father, who's in charge of the nation's postal service, demands that he should learn the family trade, but he fails miserably at it. It's time for Jesper to leave the luxury he loves. He needs to head to Smerenberg, a remote village, in order to get the town's defunct post office up and running again. Until he manages to move 6,000 letters through his station, he can't return to the life of privilege he enjoys. The plot of Klaus may be predictable, but it is charming enough to make up for its shortcomings. The story moves along at an enjoyable pace with consistently delightful visuals, which makes the conventional plot points feel more digestible. Klaus may not be the greatest film ever made, but it's fun enough to make it worth including in your Christmas movie library. We hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. And thank you so much for watching.